Hey, it's Carl from artofshred.com, and today we're going to do a bit of a tour of my weird homemade instruments, which you sometimes can see, or usually can see, almost always can see in the background of my videos. Maybe you can't always see all of them. So we'll actually start with one that's sometimes a little bit out of frame over here, and that's this 1/2 watt cigar box amplifier. It's a working amplifier. And actually, when I do the sound samples of these two guitars, I'm gonna mic up this amp, and you're gonna hear what this amp sounds like with the homemade guitars. Now this amp was actually built from a kit. I think it was around $50. It's powered by a 9-volt battery. It's I think a 2 or 2.5 inch speaker. And yeah, all you need is, to make one of these from a kit anyway, is screwdriver, a way to drill this big hole, which I only had a hand drill. So it was a little bit difficult, and then a hand saw to kind of, so it's not a perfect circle, but is what it is, made do. And so you need a soldering iron, a screwdriver, and a way to make holes, basically. So really fun project, and it's a working amp. So yeah, really cool. Now, moving on, we've got another kit project. This is Wolfelele ukulele. And I think, again, it was around $50, like the amp. It plays decently, sounds okay. It sounds better than a toy ukulele, but it doesn't sound as good as, you know, a well-made ukulele. But really fun to play. It generally stays in tune. We'll do a sound sample of this before we move on. So next up, we have this Cigar Box 3-string fretless slide guitar. Now it's fretless, but I do have fret markers, which are just from a saw. And this is a little bit of a ridiculous cigar box guitar because I've got locking tuners. I bought locking tuners off eBay from somebody's ESP guitar for like $20. So this guitar needed tuners, and it was barely more to get locking tuners, so I just went for it. They look really nice, but kind of unnecessary. Anyway, this is electric. It doesn't have any volume control or tone control. It's mic'd up with, or the pickup is a piezo pickup. So really cheap pickup, really easy to set up and install. And actually, let me open this thing up and I can show you. That's the piezo pickup going into the jack, and that's it. It's a piece of pine 2x3 or 1x2. Yeah, 1x2. Pine 1x2, which is a few dollars at your local home center. And I will do a sound sample with it right now. Next up, we have this really fun 2x4 lapsteel with a humbucker from an old BC Rich guitar. And this took me 1 day to build. Really fun project, really simple. Don't need many tools. I mean, you need a saw, basically. You need a way to kind of route out this, which I just used a saw, and that took a while. And you need to sand a little bit. But otherwise, really fun little project. It's got a Fender style output jack here, except flipped around. So yeah, that's really just an easy way to install the output jack on this without drilling a bunch of of routing a bunch of space into the wood, although you did need to do a little bit. So anyway, yeah, that's that. And it's tuned kind of to like the traditional Western swing Hawaiian C6 tuning, except I just used a standard set of strings, so it's not quite right. But and I don't really know how to play. I don't know how to play this, but let's do a sound sample with it anyway. Next up, we have a little chocolate tin stomp box, I guess you could call it. It's just basically a thing you can stomp on and keep rhythm. So it's kind of useless, and it's just, I don't know, I just had some extra parts. It's basically just a piezo pickup soldered into a regular output jack. Yeah, just a cool little fun project that took probably 10 minutes to create. And last up, we have a guitar that I haven't finished. Now this eventually will be a fretted 4-string cigar box guitar. So I've got a lot of the pieces done, but we're just not there. And the funny thing is, I got these parts like 6 years ago, and I just stopped working on it. So that's my bad. I will finish it eventually, and maybe I'll even do a video of finishing it up, we'll see. But yeah, this will be a more legitimate cigar box style guitar that you can fret and play chords and stuff, not just a slide guitar like the one in the back. So that's that. I hope you liked these weird instruments. If you want to see more videos, please like this one, subscribe, helps a lot. And of course, hit the little bell. That helps a lot too. So if you've built any homemade instruments, I would love to see them. Share them in the comments. And I'll see you next time.